Hi, travelers. Sophie Takagi-Kaner here, and I just wanted to let you know that at this moment, I am planning for the next episode to come out in 3 weeks. Now, of course, it is a pandemic, so who knows what could happen, but that's my aim at the moment. So enjoy this episode, and we'll see you soon.
Good evening, traveler, and welcome to the Penumbra. Tonight's tale is Juno Steel and the Mega-Ultrabots of Cyberjustice.
Calling backup. Error. Comms uplink inaccessible. Call.
Another automated guard neutralized. Inventory suggests there should be 13 more. Well, let's get this over with.
Well, at least they can't see us through Ransom's hologram, so we can just sit here and wait while our actual bodies rot in some cave somewhere.
Juno, really, there's no reason to believe it will come to all that.
Hey, you're probably right. Dark Matters will figure out this crate in the corner is just Sneaky's light show first, and then we'll all die in these stupid tin cans. Or I will, anyway. I'm big enough that they couldn't miss me if they tried.
Juno, stop it. We don't know that the termination of these robotic bodies would lead to our deaths.
Yeah? You feeling confident about that? Because I'll cut Sucker Punch in two right now if it means getting out of this thing.
That's enough. You aren't helping. At this point, an escape that simple might be our best option. Rita, what do you think would happen if one of your drones shuts down?
I don't know.
Your best guess, then.
I don't know, Mr. Ransom, okay? These ain't my robots. It's all tech I took off of the bot that attacked us, and I thought I understood what it did, but apparently I didn't, because if it was just transmitting out controls to them, then a comms block would have just sent us back to our bodies. This ain't supposed to be possible. I've never heard a tech like this before.
But here we are.
But even so, Rita, you know more about these than Juno or I do. If one of us is going to come up with a plan to escape, it will most likely be you. And I know you can do it. Just restructuring that bot into these drones is an incredible achievement.
It was the first nice thing anyone had said or thought about me in almost 10 minutes. Which doesn't sound super long, but when your mind's all spinning and all you can think about is how you might have evicted your ex-boss and the love of his life out of their own bodies, 10 minutes can feel a lot longer than it is. Like 15 minutes, maybe. But Mr. Ransom was right. I got us into this mess with my fat brain, and I was gonna get us out of it with my fat brain, which was the name of the robot. Not the first time I said it, just the second time. But I was gonna do it. Well, my name ain't Rita, and Mr. Steele's name ain't Mr. Steele, and Mr. Ransom's name ain't Mr. Ransom. Thank you, Mr. Nureyev.
You're welcome. What did you just call me?
Uh-oh.
Juno, you told her?
I didn't say a goddamn thing, I swear.
Well, how else would she find out?
I don't know. How would I know?
Mr. Ransom, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean
You
to...
didn't mean to what?
Lay off her. You're not going to get any answers that way.
I am not laying on. I am only asking a question and in a tone no harsher than yours was.
Well, I've known her longer, so you can quit it.
This is not some frivolous disagreement, Juno. When I told you my name, I said...
I never said it was, but nobody talks to her that way.
Except you, apparently.
Well, I shouldn't either.
Mr. Steele, Mr. Ransom, please stop fighting. It's all my fault anyway.
Rita, you don't have to...
Everyone was so suspicious about you, Mr. Ransom, and Mr. Jet explained why, but I didn't get it, because it's just a name. So I did some research, and I might have hacked into the captain's notes on you and compared them to the outer rim criminal records from the end of the war, and then I got into a place I really wasn't supposed
Stop.
to, so...
Rita, stop. You could just... look me up, then? The information was just... out there?
I mean, all information is just out there, Mr. Ransom. If it helps,
for later, Ransom. You need to find a way out of here fast.
A way out of here. Yes, I think that's right. It's a shame, but I think it's fair to say that this operation has been a complete and utter failure. And if we can't return our minds to the carte blanche, well, we'll just have to return these bodies instead. Rita, I imagine the rocket you used to send these robots here is no longer operational.
Yeah, it's broken.
Well, these dark matter drones must have come here somehow. If we can gain access to one of their transports and fly it out of their comms jammer's range, hopefully we can reconnect our minds back to our bodies. As for the book, we'll just have to leave that to the captain. One problem at a time, as she would say.
Map says this place has a garage. Other side of that wall, actually. I could cut through it.
No, I'm afraid that option was only available to us when we could guarantee a quick exit. With dark matters on patrol, the noise would draw attention to us right away. We'll have to move there as stealthily as we can.
Cool. You ever smuggle an elephant out of a crowded building before?
Only twice. Now, I think this is how we should proceed.
Mr. Ransom really was good at being sneaky. He came up with things I never would have thought of, which kind of just made me wish he'd built the model Ritas instead of me.
I would be our safest scout, but unfortunately, sneaky is the only cover we can hope for when it comes to sucker punch. Rita, I think Fat Brain should fly ahead of us. If you see any means of hacking into the lighting system, that would be ideal.
Yeah. This plan would have gone way better if I'd just stayed out of it. Since Sucker Punch couldn't cut through the wall, we had a lot of rooms to go through, and that took a real long time.
We're nearly there. Just one more doorway until the garage. Rita?
Yep. I can check. The garage is definitely pretty full. I can see 4 of them Dark Matter bots in there.
4. That's not ideal, but we'll have to make do. All that's left is for us to get into position. Juno?
Yeah, I'm coming.
Well, at least your drone is slow. I was going to say incredibly loud, but the effect on our mission should be roughly the same. I suspect that whatever transports dark matters used to get here must be beyond that garage door in the loading bay. Rita, do you think you could find a way to turn off the lights in that room?
I think so, but...
Good. Between turning the lights out and my distraction, we should be able to get all 3 of us through those garage doors safely.
But what's Sucker Punch gonna do?
Not die, preferably.
The track record on that one's pretty good, at least. I'm on a 40-year hot streak. It was a bad joke, but it wasn't that
For the
bad.
love of...
Rita?
I'm sorry, Mr. Ransom. I just got nervous and I can fix it right now.
Rita, don't...
Oh, I shouldn't have done that either.
Did you hear that, Agent?
I did, Agent G. It sounded like a voice coming from that hallway over there.
You two, investigate it.
Oh no, I messed up.
It's all right. I'm thinking. Rita, we need the lights off now.
I'll try, Mr. Ransom. I just gotta focus.
We don't have time for you to try, Rita.
Well, she's gonna need a second, alright? We need a distraction or something.
A distraction!
If you don't think of one, Ransom, I know one 5-foot robot that'd make pretty good target practice for dark matters.
We're at the door now, Agent G. Awaiting your orders.
Shoot anything that seems out of place. We'll examine the pieces afterwards.
Yes, Agent. 3, 2, 1. Visual confirmed.
Good work, Agent. What did you find?
It appears to be some kind of cobbled-together drone. Commercial plasma saws on a scrap metal body approximately 4.5 feet from crown to wheel. Permission to investigate further, Agent G.
Permission granted. Tread carefully, Agent. We don't know what the Orenkos might be armed with.
The what?
Oh, shoot!
Agent G, there's another identical drone by the door.
Rita, now!
And the destroyed one was only a hologram.
Well, shoot the real one, then!
Done!
To the garage door, quickly!
Visual lost, Agent G.
Well, find the lights. Someone turn on the damned lights. Found it. Shoot on sight in 3, 2... Where are they?
I don't see them. They appear to have escaped.
Escaped. Likely. That crate. Was this crate here before the lights went out?
I don't recall. Agent G, what are you... Agent G. Would you explain to us why you've blasted a hole through that shipping crate?
Just, suspicion. When this is over, G, you're using that vacation time you've saved up. No matter what the director says, you're using...
Agent G?
What? Yes, right. Of course. Our orders are to take the Orinkos in alive, and the tracker on our morph drone says they've come here. So we'll extend this mission one last time. Look however you'd like. Break down doors, burn rooms clean, anything. Whether we find them or not, ignition is in 15 minutes.
15 minutes? That's luck, at least. If they'll take that long to ignite their engines, should be plenty of time to board and commandeer their ship.
Understood, Agent G. All agents are instructed to ignite self-destruct explosives in 15 minutes. All agents are instructed to ignite self-destruct explosives in 15 minutes.
All agents move out.
So, do we even bother checking what's in the ship bay?
I suppose. Rita?
Okay. Mr. Ransom, there's a transport here, but...
It's disposable. Broken, just like ours. Of course. Drones with such advanced technology, neural links like researchers have been dreaming about for decades, and who knows what else? Billions of creds, most likely. And yet our deaths are worth enough to them to just blow all that up. I thought this might happen one day. But I never thought it would be Dark Matters.
It's not us they're trying to blow up. You heard what that Agent G said. They're supposed to take us in alive. And they know us, too. They just called us the Orinkos. That's what doesn't make sense to me.
Then there's something in this facility that they're willing to pay billions of creds in complex tech to destroy. Not just destroy, eradicate, down to the smallest atom.
Who the hell knows how much a billion creds is worth to Dark Matters? Even if they cook the books, planetary governments still have to report incoming debts. No rule like that for Dark Matters. No rules for Dark Matters, period.
Then, I suppose that's it. Either they find and destroy us in the next 15 minutes, or we're shattered to pieces when they self-destruct. And all we can do is hope that our minds remain intact on the other side. I think I need a moment. I'll be in the garage.
Do you want me to...
No. Alone, I think. For now.
Alright, just be careful. I guess. Please. Oh, Rita, you got anything you'd like to do for the next 15 minutes?
I didn't have nothing, of course. In some ways, it was even worse that we didn't know for sure if we were gonna die. Because then you might, be able to be okay with it. I just wanted to help everyone. I didn't feel this much like a mess-up since before I met Mr. Steele and Detective Falco. But I guess that's why I always had to have a boss, right? Because I can't do anything right on my own. Because it's always silly or stupid or... Huh? Yeah, Mr. Steele?
You sound like you're, distracted.
Oh, yeah, I'm just writing something down in Fatbrain's databanks. Maybe it'll make it back to the captain even if, we don't.
That's a good idea. Thanks, Rita. At least you saved the rest of the crew, right?
Saved what, Mr. Steele? I couldn't even get the book for him.
Sure, but you heard what the spooks said. They were tracking the bot they sent in order to find us. So when you launched those 3 drones up here, you got them off our trail.
I did? Yeah. I guess I did.
And as for us, I don't know. It's not like you could have predicted this. Dark Matters tech. We were playing with fire from second one, even if we knew it. Maybe we'll make it out. Probably won't, but maybe. But if there's nothing to do, I guess that's it. And if you can't think of anything, Rita, I don't think Ransom and I have a chance in hell.
Think of anything. When Mr. Steele said that, I realized I wasn't really thinking at all. Actually, I was thinking about what blowing up was going to feel like, which on the one hand would be way too fast to feel, but on the other hand, all the streams say time slows down when a big explosion happens. But on another hand, that's just streams. But on other hand, I forgot what I was going to say, but wow, that's a lot of hands. But I was so busy thinking about how I messed up that I wasn't thinking about all the good stuff I did. And I did it. I got us to the book, didn't I? And I even hacked a Doc Matters bot to do it. Something 1,000 years past anything I'd ever seen before. And I figured out how to get into it. And that's when it hit me. Hey, Mr. Steele?
Yeah, Rita?
I think I got a plan. To get out of here alive, Mr. Steele.
You... What? Really?
Really?
Then what are we supposed to do?
I don't know.
What?
But I know who will. Someone's who will.
Oh, Rita,
And you ain't even one of them.
Wow.
We gotta get Mr. Ransom. There's still time, Mr. Steele. There's still time.
Okay, yeesh. Fine. Then we'll live, if you want that bad, I guess. Thanks, Rita. Ransom! Hey, Ransom, sounds like Rita found her ticket out of here. Ransom?
I don't see Sneaky anywhere in the garage, Mr. Steele.
Or in the loading bay. Ransom, you better not have done something stupid.
Agent G, I've incapacitated what I believe to be one of the Arenko's drones.
Mr. Ransom.
Incapacitated.
Understood. I will keep it stunned but functional until we regroup. Agent out.
No. Damn it, it's leaving with Ransom. Damn it. Rita, what do we do?
Oh my god, Mr. Steele, I don't know. It's just that everything's gone so wrong and it's all my fault because I screwed it up and now Mr. Ransom is gonna be in pieces. Is what I wanted to say. But even as I was thinking it, I knew it wasn't all the way true. So instead, I said, we just gotta save him, Mr. Steele. That's all there is to it.
But how? We can't outfight a bunch of superbots. We'd have to sneak in, and our one guy who knows how to do that just got grabbed. Damn it, I shouldn't have let him go. Might as well have shot him through the head myself. Damn it.
Mr. Steele, it's okay. Mr. Ransom already showed us what he'd do to get past all those superbots. Now we just gotta figure out how to do it our way. We saw our sneaky strategist figure out how to get Sucker Punch past a bunch of superbots with his holograms. But Fat Brain didn't have any holograms, so I couldn't do the same. Right? Or could I?
Agent G, with all respect, don't you think we should continue our search? We found one of the Arenko's drones, but the large one...
Shh! It isn't doing it anymore. Did anyone else hear that?
Hear what, Agent?
When you threw this drone to me, I was certain I heard a voice.
A voice, Agent?
Is there an echo in here? Yes, a voice. And the parts on this drone, they aren't civilian. The outer shell might be, but this hologram projector, the sound modulator, I know these. This is our tech.
That isn't possible, Agent G. The Arenko's criminal track record is extensive, but they have no robotics experts. And there's nothing to suggest...
We don't know the first thing about two of them. This is our drone, rebuilt. That's why our readings on the Arenkos brought us here.
Agent G, we have no evidence.
And if they have the understanding to repair and reuse our own tech, they must also understand the Neuralink process we use to control these drones. And if that's what they're using, Agent, and we cut off their transmissions... I think one of the Arenkos is inside this drone right now.
Agent G? When is the last time you... well, slept?
Oh? Do you have concerns about my leadership, Agent? Would you like to file a report?
Of course not, but...
Oh, don't be shy. You seem ambitious. A real go-getter. If you've been eyeing my rank so longingly, why not pull your trigger right now and take it? It was a joke, Agent. This body is only a drone. Shoot as many holes in it as you'd like. If you'd like to see where disobeying a subdirector gets you, I'd guess 10, maybe 12.
Years in lockup, Agent G?
Pieces, Agent. I think they'd cut you into 10 or 12 pieces. When the stakes are high, Dark Matters examines all possibilities. The new Arenko crime family is in possession of 2 radicals already, and their members were in the potential position to obtain a third. We do not know how they connect, but it is not unsafe to assume that they may possess more. Catching some of them will not do. We need them all. And so I will use this drone as bait to find the rest, and we will see where that gets us. Then, and only then, we will destroy this facility and every anomaly and radical it holds. Is that understood?
Yes, Agent G. Agent G, did you hear that?
Of course I heard it. The Orinkos must be trying something down the hall. Detain them and do not destroy any drones you find.
Understood, Agent.
But you, Rookie, stay here. This could be a diversion. We'll need to watch the drone we've caught carefully.
Yes, Agent G.
Keep your eyes open, Rookie. At the first sign of anything...
There, Agent G.
Well, that was... quick. Its processors have been shattered! I told you not to destroy it!
But, Agent G, it doesn't look destroyed, and I aimed for its wheel, not its...
Well, then you clearly missed, didn't you? Not a hologram this time, at least. But there's no gap in the wall. Neither of the doors opened. How could something this large have gotten in here without us noticing? Are you listening to me?
Sorry, Agent. Your rookie's a little distracted right now.
I can't take it.
You had better take it. Whatever you feel that is not your body, Rookie, take control
Dark
and...
Matters Agent in Training Z has logged off. Thank you.
Damn!
Huh. That was easier than I thought it'd be.
The voice in the dossier. Juno Steele. Then I was right. Juno Steele, you are now speaking to Agent G of Dark Matters. Deactivate your drone immediately, or I will deactivate it for you.
Sure thing, Agent G. Just let me see if I can find the off button. Oops, sorry, guess that was the wrong one.
Stop where you are, or I'll be forced to shoot. I told you to stop.
Listen, Agent, I'd be coming at you like this robo-body or no. If you want me to stop, there's really only one way.
I warned you, Juno Steele. The record will show that clearly.
Warn me about what?
Behind me?
Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you just fired an empty... Least you could do is let a lady finish the sentence. That was pretty rude. Someone ought to teach the soup can over there some
2
manners.
of those bots. No. 3. 5.
I can knock some sense into him. No, leave it in me. I got it. Let me have this.
Holograms? No. There are too many. Far too many.
Hey, come on now. No need to fight. What do I say? I rip them apart together.
Yeah!
Well, that's what I'm guessing Agent G saw anyway. I don't know, because it was all happening in their bot's visual and audio receptors, which meant to Mr. Steele and me, it looked more like this.
Stop where you are, Juno Steele. And you, Juno Steele. And all of you, Juno Steele, stop immediately!
How long is it going to take them to realize we're all the way over here, you think?
Long enough that we can probably just sit and watch for a sec.
I am an agent of Dark Matters. You will stand down, and you will relinquish whatever tech is allowing you to do this into Dark Matters custody, or...
Hey, Ransom, it's safe now. Just wiggle out of the bot's hand. No way the agent's going to notice what the show we're giving him.
Well, if you're certain.
Yay, Mr. Ransom, you made it out!
Juno, you rescued me.
Didn't do it alone.
Perhaps not, but my Juno, you can make even a pile of mismatched bolts look dashing, can't you? Oh, ow, ow, oh. Rita, I am sorry for the tone I took with you earlier. This was an excellent plan. From here out, I will default to your judgment.
Oh, please don't.
Come again?
We need you to get out of here, Mr. Ransom. My plan had all kinds of holes in it to start, but I didn't want to bother anyone else with them, so I tried to do it all myself. All I figured out was how to get out of here. That means I need you to figure out how to get out of here.
What?
Made sense to me. You'll get used to her.
This is Agent G of Dark Matters, and you are resisting arrest. Just stand still and let me...
Don't you think we should destroy that drone?
The one thing we know for sure about these bots is they have high-impact explosives inside of them. Thinking it's probably not the best idea to go fishing for a bomb with a plasma saw.
A fair point. But once one has incapacitated the guards, it is best not to let them roam free again.
You don't want them to move? All right. There. No arms, no legs. Won't be going anywhere anytime soon.
Damn it. Where are you? Come quietly.
Mr. Ransom, I think it might be your turn to lead.
A reasonable assessment. precisely? While Dark Matters was lording over their big catch, I was planning routes to every room in this complex.
Wow, every room?
Why? A thief always plans his escape route, Juno, whether or not he knows where the escape may lie. Rita.
We need to get to the central server room. We're gonna need one more member of the team to break out of this one. Model Ritas!
Okay, fine.
That's more like it. Now let's go get that book! I had the idea when I remembered what I said earlier about Morpheus high security data. It's in a high security server farm on the Outer Rim, like a prison for bad programs that need studying. Exactly! Thanks, Rita! You're welcome, Rita! Because if this was a prison for bad programs, and we were stuck in here too, then that means we were in prison. Except our minds were the programs. And that meant we had to have a...
Prison break. Marvelous idea, Rita. The lock we need to pick isn't a physical one. It's the comms jammer keeping us trapped here.
Exactly. And here's the thing about a prison break, at least in all the streams and everything. There's always one guy in lockup who's got the goods. So, before we could get to all the fun parts, all the guards running and the bang, 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 and the get back here, you crooks! First, we had to find the guy with the goods. The program in this program prison that knew how to get out and was just waiting for the right time to do it. And that meant the book was our one ticket out of here! Oh boy, Rita's back in action!
Juno, can you close that door behind us?
Does this thing look like it has hands?
I got it, Mr. Ransom!
Excellent, thank you, Rita. Then this is the room, is it?
Yep. The book lives in one of those big servers. Now we just gotta get it out. Come on, Mr. Steele. We're gonna need Sucker Punch's big, beautiful eyes. And here's the monitor. Just give me a second to get in there, and we'll be good to go.
I wasn't there when you came up with this plan, Rita. How precisely is a program on this server going to allow us to escape?
Trust me, being there didn't make it much easier to understand.
We were so focused on stealing the book and escaping that we forgot what it can actually do, Mr. Ransom. It's a hacking program that thinks about 1 billion times faster than we do, and it's real curious. If we can set it free and point it towards Dark Matter's comms jammers, not even they're gonna be able to keep it out.
And if Sucker Punch records all of the book's code while we release it, we can create our own copy when we return to our cells.
Exactly! There, we're in. Just stare at the monitor, Mr. Steele, and I'll make all the code flash by.
What if I need to blink?
You can't blink. Sucker Punch ain't got any eyelids.
Eyes are feeling pretty dry right now.
Of course they're dry. They're made of glass, and we're in the vacuum of space. Just look at the monitor already.
Fine. I don't understand any of this.
That's okay, Mr. Steele. We don't all gotta understand everything all the time. Like that noise just now. It sounded like the door opening, and maybe it was. But we don't necessarily gotta understand what opened it, you know?
Actually, I would argue that we do need to know that. Immediately.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll just set the book free now, you know, just in case. There. Now we just gotta wait for it to find the comms jammer and for Sucker Punch to finish recording.
I don't think you'll have time for either, unfortunately. So sorry.
Is that Agent G?
They crawled all the way here without arms or legs?
And I felt every excruciating second. But sacrifice is one of the most important parts of our work at Dark Matters. Everything for the greater good. And so, even though I was asked to capture the Orinkos alive, I think few would disagree with me when I say that it is a greater good for 3 Galaxy-class outlaws to die here than to escape.
Me? I would disagree.
It's a bluff, Rita. I cut off their dumb arm cannon. What the hell are they gonna do?
Self-destruct sequence initiated.
Oh.
This drone will self-destruct in 10.
Juno, destroy it!
I can't without looking away from the damn monitor.
We'll record it again, then!
If this one's gonna blow up, they're all gonna blow up.
7.
No! I messed it all up!
6,
We might be about to get killed, and even if we ain't, they're gonna
5,
destroy this place, and that means no one's ever gonna have the
4,
book, and if nobody has the book, then that means the
3,
captain and the others are never gonna get the cure, Mother Prime, and all kinds of people are gonna get sick and
Rita,
die, and
The drone, it stopped counting.
But why?
Shoddy Dark Matters tech?
I ain't seen nothing shoddy yet, Mr. Steele.
finished copying down the book's code.
And, it looks like the comms jammer just deactivated.
Did the book do that?
I don't know.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
2, 1, ignition.
Well then,
Well,
I finished reading it. Thank you for taking such copious notes on your little escapade, Rita.
Aw, thanks, Captain.
It's at least kind of you to hand me all the evidence yourself. It certainly saves me time.
Oh.
Captain, please. I would ask that you be lenient with Rita. Her achievements in enacting this plan were greater than I'd ever thought possible, and what we now know about our pursuers can
have
only...
they counted the votes already, Pete?
I beg your pardon?
I asked if they've counted the votes. If you're going to act like the elected leader of my crime family, I'd at least like to be informed when the change comes. And if not, I'd recommend you keep quiet because you're giving me a great deal of rope, and now all I can think of is what a lovely noose it would all make.
Yes, Captain.
Good. No, not good. Acceptable. Well, I should think it goes without saying that none of you will ever do anything like this again.
Of course, Captain.
But then again, I thought that you never doing this in the first place would go without saying too, so perhaps it's better I be safe than sorry. None of you are ever to do anything like this again. Is that understood?
Yeah.
sure, whatever.
Yes, Captain.
Very good. More than anything else, I find it terribly condescending that you three apparently thought yourselves capable of accomplishing a task that I'd planned for all 6 of us to undertake. It's a terrible shame that this has put such a bad taste in my mouth. Because your plan was a very good one, Rita. I would love to celebrate it. And yet...
I'm sorry, Captain A. I just wanted to help.
I know, Rita. But real cooperation is not only helping others. I hope you understand that. It is also trusting that they can help themselves, no matter how concerned about them you may be. Is that clear?
Yeah, Captain.
Yes, Captain.
Yep.
Good. And now I will trust the 3 of you to help yourselves out of my office and back to work on the carte blanche. Goodbye.
Juno?
Yeah, I got you.
Captain?
Yes, Rita.
You look better than you did yesterday. Less sad. Even before you did all that yelling at us, you did.
Yes, well, Vespa and I were having some difficulties for a few days. Some disagreements. But we've come to, a compromise.
You feeling better?
Yes, Rita, I am. Thank you for asking.
And Captain A wasn't the only one doing better either.
Yes, Ruby. No worse for the wear at all, are you?
Wow, Mr. Jet, that's amazing! How'd you figure the Ruby 7 out?
I did not.
Oh!
I did what repairs I could, then I worked on the carte blanche, and each time I returned to the Ruby 7, it was in better shape than I had left it. Perhaps my repairs worked. Perhaps they did not. It would not be the first thing I do not understand about the Ruby 7.
Doesn't that make you, I don't know, worried?
It does. But I prefer this worry, I think. I would rather not know why my comrade is well than understand precisely why they are in danger.
And I gotta tell you, that just never really seemed like something I could do before. I always thought, if you don't want to mess up, you gotta know everything you can, right? But sometimes, things just work out.
Now, I think we should conclude this family meeting with an announcement. Vespa, would you do the honors?
Yeah, sure. Whatever. The, Cure Mother Prime is the last job I'm ever gonna do. After that, I'm gonna... well, me and Buddy are gonna retire.
The last job?
Buddy, are you certain?
I am certain that, however much I may love crime, there is someone I love much more. And yet, despite that, I've spent many more years as a criminal than as a wife.
A wife? You don't mean...
I do. Well, see, I'm practicing already.
And if any one of you has a problem with that, keep it to yourself. Unless you want me to wear your skin for a tuxedo. Got it? You laughing over there, Steel?
No, I just got something in my eye.
Laugh one more time, and I'll get it out for you.
And...
Hey, come on, I didn't...
Okay, maybe we don't know why that Doc Mattis bot didn't blow up when it could. But if everyone else can fix their problems without my help, maybe that'll work out too? Yeah. Maybe. Sometimes when you see other people are hurting and you try to help them, you're really just being selfish, ain't ya? Because you don't want to look at the hurt. You want to fix it so it'll go away. All of which meant there was one thing I did have to fix, because it was my fault, actually.
Yes, you can come in.
Hi, Mr. Ransom.
Ah, Rita. What a pleasant surprise. Would you like to take a seat?
No, that's okay. I ain't gonna be here long. Mr. Ransom, I just wanted to say, I'm sorry I did all that research to figure out your name. It wasn't any of my business. I was trying to help, but that's not a good enough reason. I'm real sorry.
Oh. Well, thank you, Rita. I appreciate it. And I'm sorry for...
No, Mr. Ransom. You already apologized. It don't always gotta be a trade, you know? Anyway, I'm glad you make Mr. Steele so happy, and I'm glad he already knew when I said it. I promise I'll never tell anyone else.
Yes, I think that would be best. Thank you.
No problem, Mr. Ransom. Good night.
Rita, may I ask you something?
Yeah?
If you knew my true name all this time, why didn't you tell anyone?
Well, I thought about it a little, I guess, but...
But?
I don't know, Mr. Ransom. It seems pretty simple to me. If somebody tells you what they want you to call them, that's what you call them, no matter what. 'Cause, I mean, you know yourself better than anyone, right?
Some say that's the only person you can ever truly know.
Oh. Jeez, I better get to work on that then. I feel like I barely know Rita at all.
That may be its own blessing in the end.
Yeah, I guess so. Do you want to come watch a movie? Mr. Jet and I were just about to watch a stream and pop some popcorn. Well, I guess we were going to pop some corn, actually, because I don't know what would happen if you pop something that's already been popped. Sounds kind of like how a black hole gets started, to be honest.
Thank you, Rita, but I'll have to pass for tonight. The new painkillers our doctor has me on are quite potent. Perhaps tomorrow.
Okay, tomorrow. Good night, Mr. Ransom.
Good night, Rita. I know myself better than anyone. Yes, that's just the problem, isn't it? Speak of the devil. This is he? My payment will be delayed, yes. I've taken, well, a bit of a detour. But I've already cleared it with Mr. I'm aware of how compound interest works. I ask only that you trust me when I say that the payment I have in store for you will dwarf any interest I could accrue. Precisely. I've sent a full dossier your way, but for now, suffice it to say that before the year is out, I will bring you 4 very special items. A very singular map, key, blade, and book. And in return... Very good. Nureyev out.
If you've enjoyed this tale, please consider donating to the Penumbra on Patreon. Our artists work tirelessly to bring you these stories, and if you have the means, we hope you will support our efforts. Every dollar helps. You can find that page at patreon.com/thepенumbrapodcast. If you support us on Patreon at the $10 level or higher, you will receive access to commentary tracks like this one, from actors Kate Jones, Joshua Elon, and Noah Symes, and co-creator Sophie Takagi-Kaner.
It's a bunch, but I don't do a voice, I just talk. All the rest of you have to act while you're doing it. That's gotta be
I did
a whole
shriek
other
for
thing.
4 hours and then continue shrieking the next day.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
While the whole time I was like, can you shriek, but also be soft?
My favorite part of your story about recording was imagining you wandering around the house, laptop in outstretched arms, just shrieking like a bat sonar, like, how does it sound here?
Did you know that the Penumbra has merchandise for sale? It's true. The Penumbra has partnered with DFTBA to bring you the posters, shirts, pins, and socks your hearts desire. Just go to dftba.com and search for the Penumbra podcast. We would like to give special thanks to all who support us on Patreon, but especially to Space Communism 2 Electric Boogaloo, Caroline Seidman, CJ, Dawn, Haley Elise Wheeler, Jamie Gunter, Jasper James, Jay Yanuzelli, Karen Z.H., Kim Dauber, Lilith Dyke, Little Roach Nureyev, Michael David Smith, Minchowski, N.B. Shaper, Peter Nureyev injecting serotonin directly into my brain. Please know you are loved. Red L. And Rita Redacted's wife, too. Thank you. This tale, Juno Steel and the Mega-Ultrabots of Cyberjustice, was told by the following people. Kate Jones as Rita, Joshua Elon as Juno, Noah Symes as Ransom, Chloe Cunha as Vespa, Alexander Stravinsky as Jet, Sarah Gazdovich as Buddy, and Marge Dunn as Agent G. The Penumbra is created and produced by Sophie Takagi-Kaner and Kevin Vibert. If you wish to know more about our ever-expanding, infinitely creative team of artists, musicians, editors, designers, and managers, you can read about them in the show notes of this episode. I'm afraid that is our time for today, dear travelers. We hope you will join us again soon.